Hello, what's going on everyone? Welcome back, this is Crunch Sweets, signing in, pressing start on another video. Continuing with Honkai Impact 3rd Part 2 today, with something I wasn't expecting, with a brand new piece of story, the Wails Stifled by Silent Shadow. Hello there Lucina, hopefully you're having a lovely one today. Because this was the Sparkle Patch, I was thinking, okay, so we're just going to get some events. No, I had it confirmed here in the events. This is a main story mission, so my sources were correct to tell me you need to record this. So without further ado, shall we introduce ourselves to the unfortunate child version of Durandal? I think we should. Ooh, sparkly. I like how we did that in tone with the music. What do you want to be when you grow up? Every child's been asked this question at some point when they were young. Go on then, chat. What did you want to be when you grew up? I wanted to be probably a railway, engineer or a member of a steam locomotive growing up. Naturally, that became impossible because a lot of modern lines don't use steam. But there are diesels or else, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because it looks like it would have been way too much for me. Hello. Role models, heartfelt words, and genuine empathy. Those are the things that make the first and the deepest impressions on children. Kids take in the world around them and incorporate their imagination to create their own version of the world as they see it. Then, they shape themselves into their ideal self by mimicking what they admire. Oh my god. Yeah, true. That's kind of why I act the way I do. Because I want to be that supporting role in a story. I don't want to be a protagonist. I just want to support. Dad, Mom, look, I aced another test. You had multiple trains and then want to be a vet. Oh, vet. Tiny Hillia. Oh, little baby. Oh, let me see. Not bad. This is where hard work gets you. Keep it up. Oh, darling, can't you praise her a little more? My dearest daughter, you're simply amazing. You're as smart as a whip, and one day you're going to be a big name. She's still young, we mustn't put too much pressure on her. You say that, but I see that cheeky grin of yours. Isn't our little Helia simply spectacular? She can do anything. Anything! What kind of person will I be? It feels like I can be anyone. If I can ace my test, that means I can do anything if I try hard enough, doesn't it? Is this how she decided she wanted to be? Is this how she decided she wanted to be a Valkyrie? What do you want to be when you grow up? In that decisive moment, the answer stood right before me. Who saved her? It was Durandal who saved her? Just give you a Lacana boat to look for amber stiffings. Fair. I still obviously need to get a few cards. Good news, as you saw. The sleeves came in today. And as I say, I'm looking forward to next year now because that's going to be the start of my Lorcana stuff. This is Bianca Argentina. All Honkai beasts in the target area have been neutralized. No immediate threat posed to this citizen. A role model. Bianca? You did admirably standing up to those monsters. You're one of the local kids, right? Deep breaths now. You're not hurt, are you? Heartfelt words. Don't be scared. It's over now. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Reinforcements will be here soon. That Valkyrie is great at tending to others. I'm sure she'll bring you a nice warm towel. Genuine. Empathy. It's a shame. If I had any of the cards you need, I would have some. I wish there was a way I could show you what I have in that collection because, as I say, I have a... I use the Dreamborn site to kind of list all the cards I've got, and I wish there was an easy way to share it. Wow. The youngest ever A-rank Valkyrie Schnitzel, Bianca Argentina, single-handedly took care of multiple large-scale gas explosions of unknown origin. Amazing, she's not even that much older than me. She's basically my age. A Valkyrie Schnitzel. The youngest ever S-rank Valkyrie, Bianca Durandal oh, of course, Bianca's her actual name! Atagina. Once again, wait, Atagina. Atagina! Isn't the new character for Star Rail named something similar? For 3.0? Hang on a minute. I'm checking this. I'm checking this. Because I know 3.0, we're getting the Herta. That's confirmed. Her name is... Aglia. Close, but not enough. I mean, we do know the upcoming characters for 3.0, which is exciting for anyone this, by the way, for anyone that has played Impact 3rd. A lot of the characters we're getting on the Remembrance path are stand-ins for the 13 Flame Chasers. Really, because you work with someone now called Herta. Wait, Herta's a real name? What? I mean, it makes sense it'd be a real name, but I don't know. It just felt like something that someone wouldn't be called that. Do they embrace it? That's the question. Do they embrace? Protecting civilians is a Valkyrie's duty. I'm simply doing my part. Wow, she's so strong, so tireless, so shiny. Will the new generation's Valkyries, led by Durandal, breathe new life into this ancient organization? A new generation, like Durandal. That resplendent figure became a seed planted deep in the girl's heart, which blossomed into an overwhelming desire. A desire to one day become like Durandal. I like Durandal, by the way, now. When I started this game, I was equal on her. As soon as I learned Durandal is an ancient French sword, I believe it is the French equivalent of Excalibur, I was like, oh my god, now it all makes sense. But that sense of magic, where I felt everything was possible with enough time and effort, gradually faded the further I went. The path I walked, one which I thought would eventually gain me more praise, grew even wider and more uncertain. Once I had moved from a small house in my hometown to a high-rise in the city, the talent I was once praised for became something commonplace. I had to wake up earlier, stay up later, and work harder than anyone else, just to keep up with those that were born smarter than me. Yeah. Later on, even my industriousness, the one thing I thought I could count on, stopped working. My god, that's the story of growing up, just... I'm gonna go off in a quick tangent here. This is like the growing up being called the special child, you know, being said, oh, your child's gonna do wonderful things, they're a special bright spark. You know? Growing up being called the special child in the class, like the one that knows it all. This is the kind of bullshit that happens. Eventually, that leap ahead of other people will fall off. And then you start to feel like shit because you feel like you're not doing good enough. Education system, fix yourself. Ilya, just stay up all night again. You can't keep doing this. You're only going to weigh yourself down to the bone. It's fine. It's okay. You've already put your best foot forward. We're not a family destined for greatness. We don't expect you to chase after fame or fortune. Honestly, all your father and I want is for you to be healthy and safe. We're just regular people. You, me, all of us. We're not prodigies, so you mustn't compare yourself to them or beat yourself up over it. Their words were meant to console me, but they felt like sharp thorns which I had to keep locked behind a protective door. Accepting even a sliver of that kindness they were showing me would be like admitting that I was an ordinary person who couldn't achieve anything. That I was a fool for thinking I could measure up to Durandal. That I was chasing after possibilities and a future that didn't belong to me. I refused to listen, look, or think. All I could do was anxiously repeat the same actions over and over, regardless of how pointless it was. At the end of the seeming interminable cycle, I once again saw that dazzling figure I had been chasing. So close, yet so impossibly far away, like a reflection in a mirror. A reflection which displayed the failure that is Helia, who could never become Durandal, and from somewhere in the distance, the sound of glass shattering echoed. And my cowardly, pathetic self, unable to accept the truth for all this eternity. So what broke? Rumi during the 33rd Tenshu's War. I can understand why everyone's drawn to this city. It's such a radiant place, deserving of its nickname, the City of Eternal Light. But this looks very oddly similar to a certain place in Star Rail. To a degree, anyway. The locals are friendly and the food delish. Are you still hungry? Sorry, got me tired. Do you need to grab some more? We could go to that place where we went yesterday. The one where you ate 12 entire cages of buns. I'm full. I didn't expect this body to burn so much energy. It must be a growth spurt. I must say, this system does a good job of simulating physical sensation. I get hungry quickly after getting a workout in. That's because your idea of exercise is too taxing for a child's body. As for me, never mind. Let's not talk about me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time the two of us are strolling the city together, walking and talking without a care in the world. I've actually got my eyes partially shut, so if I do muck up the reading, I am sorry. It's the best way. Pretend you're tired by acting tired. What? There's a hand! What is this? What is this? I'm not picking it up from over here. Yes. Usually we have our hands full with missions. Even when we do see each other, it's all business. This mission gave us a rare chance to spend some time together. And with you looking like you do now, it must feel like the good old days. I sometimes wonder over the past few days that had they talked to you in person back then, maybe I would have seen the truth a little sooner. Maybe he thought of this as well. That's why he kept you at St. Freya, far away from the headquarters. Who knows? Maybe he wouldn't have come up with other ridiculous excuses, and I wouldn't have wrought them all the same. After all, there's no shortage of people who look alike here. And considering clones are very much a thing, if he had cooked up a good enough story, I might have fallen for it too. The thought of being so close to the truth for so long and remaining oblivious the entire time really gets under my skin. If I had done my job better, even Kiana wouldn't have had to suffer so much. Oh, they're clearly discussing part 1 here. Why are you so down in the dumps all of a sudden? Is that another side effect of your changed appearance? If Kiana saw you like this, she'd be laughing her head off. Ugh. Ugh. Very sour drink. They're not happy to give her a good scolding. Still, seeing you like this again makes me happy. It's like going back to the days when I was with Celia. Should we be thanking Vita for giving me this virtual form? That woman, please. All she wanted was to see us squirm. The payphone starts ringing loudly. How convenient. Looks like it's a message from Vita. She doesn't know how to read the room. Wait, she could be doing this on purpose. Hello? Did the phone just fly in, or was that just me? Yeah. What? You want me to shove over here every 20 minutes to pick up your call? I don't think I'll be able to get anything done that way. Only problem, it makes me yawn when I talk tired. A sour drink. Yes, it's a very sour lemon drink. I like a bit sour every now and then. I know what time they're arriving. From what we've gleaned, travelling between the two cities isn't dangerous. It's a hassle procedure-wise, that's all. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to open up Psy. And just ensure that I do not lose... Make sure I do not lose these backgrounds that I'm using for the icons, the videos. They won the qualifiers fair and square at heading? Who knows what could happen? All we need to do is agree on a meeting spot and wait patiently. Speaking of which, I think it's Rimu is only strict with people entering the city. It's much more lax with people leaving from other cities, which seems intentional. The more I learn, the more obvious it seems that this long-running competition, the so-called Tenshus War, is hiding a huge secret. Maybe that's where we'll uncover the truth about the Martian gods we're looking for on this trip. Oh, by the way, could you send me a photo of yours in your new form? The cute little Bianca's photo. Give me a break, Vita. 20 minutes isn't even enough time for me to make a lap around a martial arts school here. Stop pulling our legs. I see, so the pace of Overseer Teresa is... I got it. Teresa. Bianca. It's a child from the martial arts school. It looks like the ever so dependable Bianca is needed again. Of course. The family has rolled out the red carpet for us ever since we arrived. Honestly, I'm just glad I could do something for them in return. I want to tell you something. If it's about your sister winning the qualifiers and coming back, we already know. It's about the martial arts school reopening. We're aware of that too. Wow, you really know everything. Have I really said it that many times? Looks like you got something else to share? Actually, I want to press some small gifts for my sister and the guests coming to support our school, but I can't do it all by myself, so could you help me out? Teresa! Teresa! Hey, you're so much nicer to the kids than you are little old Vita. Hang up! Girl, shut the f... Sorry, are you guys preoccupied? No, Teresa isn't mad at you. She's simply upset with someone on the other end of the phone. Don't worry, I'll go with you. But the phone kept ringing. Someone sounding more obnoxious with every ring. Oh my god, I have that. When a phone rings or a delivery while I'm working, the longer it goes on for, the more obnoxious that king tone gets. I don't care what it is. If it's Just Eat, Deliveroo, the shop's own delivery service, or flipping Uber, all three of them have a different tone, and it's absolutely hell. And it's more hell when more than one of them are going off at the same time. The person is so defeated. Teresa picked up the phone. Seriously, why can't you be nice to me too? Get to the point, Vita. This better be important. Bianca, we need to pick up the items from the souvenir shop and the barter shop. Alright, let's go get them. You'll find all sorts of things that are related here and the Divine Tower in the souvenir shop. I'll have to take a propaganda later. Ooh, so we actually get to play as Bianca. It's interesting that this game is definitely making it that you can play as characters early, which is interesting. Ooh. Thank you. Ooh. Give me that. Hello. Hi, I'm the youngest daughter from the family running the martial arts school. We're here to pick up the items we ordered. These are the commemorative, commemorative, I hate that word, medals the martial school arts ordered. Did one of your students win the qualifiers? It's been a while since that happened. That's right, my big sister won. Ah yeah, so the one who joined the Lantern organization a while back. It's been a while since she last came home, hasn't it? A few years if I recall. Yeah, she's coming back today, and the martial arts school is reopening today too. We've organised a celebrity event for the grand opening, so we hope you can make it. Oh, definitely, count me in. Here you go, it's all packed for you. Woof, woof, woof. Same. Yoink.
You're here for the martial arts school. Well, the prizes for your event are right here. Pretty hefty box. You think you can manage? I can handle it. Wow, you picked that up with one hand? You're amazing, Bianca. Alright, that's everything. Are you sure you don't need any help? A Valkyrie's daily training equipment weighs more than this. Don't worry, I got this. So what is interesting is they are keeping Durandal's voice as a lot deeper tone. I can appreciate that, despite her smaller stature. We're back, Grandpa, Grandma. Huh? Wow, it's even busier than I expected. I'm putting it down here. Is it open already? Weren't you waiting for your sister to come back? So the whole family could cut the ribbon together? Yeah, we were, so I don't understand why. A commotion came from the center of the crowd, followed by murmurs. And then, cutting through the air like a sharpened blade, came a voice seething with malice. It doesn't belong to me, does it? And I'm not the only one of those shadow monsters above her. We can talk about this later. Today's a big day for the martial arts school. Hey now, what kind of talk is that? Why does this motherfucker look like he wants to be me? Why does he want to be me? Sorry, mate. You need an orange visor, not goofy sunglasses. You make it sound like we're trying to ruin your day. Let me assure you, and everyone present, that that's simply not the case. This is the oldest martial arts school. We've admired the grandeur of this place since we were kids. And you agreed to exterminate shadow creatures for your neighbors yourselves, did you not? Now, we're merely sending more business your way. They're here to start trouble. They don't pose a threat. If I step in, I might not be able to restrain myself. I don't want that happening. Least of all, if they're on the school's grand reopening. I need to come up with a different plan. I get what you're saying. We haven't turned down the monster clearing jobs all these years. My granddaughter even joined Lantern to help with the cause, but now it's just too much, too frequent. The Lantern organization can't handle every little thing. That's why we need your help. Look, you should be hanging it up at your age. We don't want to make things hard for you. So, how about this? Sell me the martial arts school. I'll even double the offer I made last time. Wait. Oh. Have we got ourselves a hero? You think this is a movie, little girl? Alright, what's your plan? You gonna throw some money my way or fight me by yourself? I'll fight. The martial arts school's reopening today. So, we have many events planned for our supporters, including non-violent and violent matches. Since you're here, let me, on behalf of the school, give you a proper welcome. What do you say? Or are you too chicken to accept my challenge? Huh? What non-violent and violent matches? What's in it for me? Even if I beat you, all the people will do is accuse me of bullying a kid. You think I'm that dumb? How do you know without trying? The non-violent match is arm wrestling, and the violent match is sparring. You can choose either one. It's just arm wrestling. It'll be less embarrassing for you when you lose. If I win, you have to swear in front of everyone that you'll never bother this school again. And if I lose... If she loses, I'll give you the place, free of charge. Huh? But... Sorry, kid. You're standing for my family, so the least I can do is have faith in you. Besides, I've done a fair bit of martial arts training myself. I've seen what you can do over the past few days. I'm confident that my faith in you isn't misplaced. Alright then. Looks like I've got one more reason to win. Are you serious or are you senile? Very well. You think that spindly twig you call an arm stands a chance against me? Fine. I'll try not to push you around too much. Let's do this. If this kid loses, you better stay true to your word, old man. As for you, kiddo, don't go crying home to mama when I end up hurting your wrist. That was Jay. Huh? What's going on? Oh, I thought she was going to be able to throw him. I thought she was just going to yeet him out the way. Ah! Ready to throw in the towel this time? You little brat. What's the trick you put? Ah, that's when you lose fair and square, the proper thing to do is to accept defeat and move on. There's no shame in working harder afterwards to catch up. Oh! So you've got a strong grip. Big deal. Don't get cocky. Hey, old Matt, where are you? Your student hurt me. You owe me an explanation or I should get out to hell to pay. Don't try and weasel your way out of this. What happened to that stuff you say about my spindly twig of an arm? You're not going to use the same tight excuse of me being a kid to back out, are you? What? Or maybe you'd like to try our violin matches next. The rules are simple. It's a sparring match. A warm-up for the 10 shoes war, naturally. I'll be your opponent. Ugh, it's over. You'll pay for this! Villains are all the same. Why is running so fast? Now that we've schooled him properly, I think we've enjoyed some peace and quiet for a while. Once the martial arts school students are all back in here, he won't dare show his face around here again. Bianca, you're amazing! I want to arm wrestle you too! Yeah, isn't she awesome? So, can you let me go against her first? Teresa, when did you start watching? Not too long ago, around the time when that fearless hero, that is you, started outwitting the bad guys. So you've been here the whole time? Don't you need to stay by the payphone? I told the evil woman if she messages me again, I'll log out and hunt her down through the wires personally. Crow and the others said they'll return with Tong's sister, so I came to meet them here. Oh, she's back already! Yep. And she saw quite a show too. Bianca and all her heroic glory. It's bad though. One of them short-circuited after seeing the new Bianca. And the other two are helping her reboot, so I'm going to find you alone. Haley's a good kid. It's just a little too by the book sometimes. Well, that's rich coming from you. At any rate, she's recovering and our match is long overdue, so why don't we do it while we wait? After watching you, I'm pretty fired up myself. Plus, how can I pass the chance to go head and head with the youngest S-rank Valkyrie in the history? What do you say, Bianca? You up for it? Come on. Nervous to arm wrestle me? I am a little. Honestly, I've been looking forward to this. Bang! Well, that's quite something. Are you holding back? Of course not. It must be this appearance. It's a real handicap. Yeah, I've noticed that too. This form seems to hamper my abilities quite severely. As long as we're within the Mars system, we can't unleash our full strength. This form even affects my personality a bit. Sometimes I catch myself acting more childish than usual without realizing it. Alright, enough of the serious talk, but I must say I had a blast. Same here, Overseer. Huh? Good morning, Durandal-senpai. Oh, should I say Bianca-senpai? Call me whatever you're most comfortable with. Strange. Why is it that when it comes to Overseer Teresa, you will accept these drastic changes so easily? The match was amazing. I'm gonna train solo now. See you later, Durandal-senpai. Wow, she's fast. Helia has always had super nervous around you, Durandal. Now that she's looking down at you instead of up, she can't even talk right. She probably wanted to compliment you on how cute you look, chickened out. I'll do it for her. Durandal-senpai, you're adorable. Thanks? 1 second. I guess Krona and I should check on her. Ugh. Some teammates are a constant source of worry. She said the same thing about you. Sister Sith! Bianca totally schooled those guys earlier. Hello, I'm Tong's sister, Yulu. Thank you so much for looking after my family these past few days. Hilly and the others haven't been able to stop talking about Durandal-senpai. They told me a lot about your feats. It was nothing, really. I should be the one thanking you for taking care of these girls. We were simply going the same way. If anything, they took care of me. Honestly, if it weren't for you, I can't imagine how the martial arts school would have fended off those folks to be just seniors and children.
But you're back, aren't you? You do well to protect your family from now on. Family is an irreplaceable treasure. Sorry. It's just that seeing you so kind and earnest reminded me of my little sister. I couldn't help but laugh. By the way, since this is the martial arts school event, I guess I should do my part to liven things up. Mind if I'm the next challenger? I'm not sure how we ended up here, but sure, why not? Right, match 3. Okay. No spamming it that time, just that. Okay, I think I got the hang of it now. It was a good match. Come on, you didn't even break a sweat. You were holding back the whole time, weren't you? I'm a 10 shoes war contender. I can tell when someone's pulling their punches. You're really as strong as they say, Durandal. Thanks. Winning the preliminaries tells me you're no slouch either. I apologize if I disrespected you in any way. No worries. Think of it as a warm-up for the main event. Your two teammates are impressive as well. They didn't skip a beat on their physical training during the trip here. I'm guessing they're practicing together right now as well. That they are. I'm really proud of them. I believe this competition will be a learning experience for them both. It would be nicer if they could outgrow being so nervous around me, though. Meanwhile, on the other side... Alright, simulated ring, friendly spar, fight! I don't like really playing as Helia compared to playing as Coraline. Here, catch this. Pew pew. Oh, she's dizzy. Whoop. Of course, it was a prank, bro. Unfortunately, I have played a ton of your character. I know how your character plays. I mean, I'm still taking quite a bit of damage. Oof, I'm dead. I suppose that makes it a draw. We'll settle the score properly next time. Yeah. Oof, I'm dead. Yeah, that's how I feel too. A few days later. Are we there yet? If we take any longer, the teachers are gonna miss the match. I give up. I was expecting. Litost is tough. He folded Shen before. No average person could face him and... Wait. Why isn't Litost stopping? Oh no, he's still going after her! Time didn't come to a stop in the ring. The spectators were perplexed as they saw her surrender. That she had lost the will to fight, so why wasn't Litost affected? And why there was only silence? Wait, what the fuck? No, stop! Don't! What the fuck, Litost? What the fuck, dude? I need an auto-clicker now! Is it actually moving, or...? Don't actually kill. Don't. Oh! Do you know what? For a second I thought that was Jinglu. Jinglu from Star Rail. I was like, wait, huh? Why is he here? With one strike from Bianca Durandal, the invisible barrier on the ring shattered. In her dazed state, she saw that familiar figure. The one she thought had been exaggerated by countless memories. But there she was, right in front of her. Her hands trembling uncontrollably as she was overwhelmed by the sight of the person she had longed to see again for so many years. Then, reality came crashing back, and she became aware of the passage of time and the events that had been unfolding around her. Oh. She forfeited her qualification. Her jade plaque shattered, which marks the end of the match. Her withdrawal should have been acknowledged by the Tenchu's war. And yet, not only did you continue attacking, but you also intended to murder an unconscious civilian, one who is no longer a competitor. Sis, don't go, we got your back, please, I'm begging you. She's only been knocked unconscious. We need to stop the bleeding first. Careful. Don't tear open her wound. Hylia, Krona, come help me. Answer me. What are you? What? No ordinary person can break the power of the arena. You have no jade plaque and you're not a competitor. How did you circumvent the rules and step onto the stage? And most importantly, how did you negate my killing blow? What did you say? I finally found you. If it's you, perhaps our long-held wish can finally come true. Come, if you seek answers, defeat me honorably in the arena of the Tenchu's War. At the opening match of the 33rd Tenchu's War, under the eyes of those present, Litost tossed a jade plaque towards Durandal. As the plaque passed between them, Litost vanished in the blink of an eye. Beep. Target located. Initiating intervention. Suddenly, everything went black. Aside from a familiar female voice, there was another faint sound, like wind rushing by, as if space around them had shifted. It's exactly as I predicted. What just happened? We were just at the arena? Hello there, outside visitors. How are you enjoying the Tenchu's War so far? Let me check the logs. Oh, how tragic. The girl's injuries are consistent with the historical record. It seems even with a new savior, the course of events hasn't deviated all that much. Well done! It was supposed to be that crafty heir playing the hero and saving the day, but you jumped in too fast and stole his spotlight. Vegeta, you again. I shouldn't even be surprised anymore. Is this all you're doing? I was just conducting a small experiment to confirm your nature. After all, expectations like you come around once in a lifetime. No exceptions. I need to gather as much data as I can, no? As a matter of fact, I'm helping you. I bet you were thinking about how fast you need to get out of here, weren't you? Well, no need to thank me. Being able to read the unspoken needs of a user is the hallmark of a great designer.
Even though it wasn't intentional, you did get us out of that mess. Staying in the arena any longer would have raised too many questions. Time has stopped, and yet here we are, unaffected, and our spatial coordinates have shifted. I'm getting the real sense of deja vu. This isn't something anyone from this world can do, is it? So very much like you. Straight to the point. I love dealing with the sharp minds like you, much better than those clients who micromanage my products. Don't try and get cute with me. Who are you, really? I did you just a massive favor, and that's the thanks I get? Your companion could show a little more appreciation when greeting me. Fine. Let me reintroduce myself. I'm Ajita, the back-end administrator for the Dreamseeker system you know well of. You can call me Dr. Ajita. I'd very much like to build a cooperative relationship with you all. After reviewing the logs, I'm certain you aren't part of the system, nor are you recorded in the history of the 33rd Ten Shoes War. I want you to take me outside of the quantum computer hosting the system. As for this frozen world, consider it a way of showing how much I mean business. What? Yeah, so she's an entity too. She's not part of the stories. She's an entity. Wow. Huh? I didn't mishear that, did I? Who would have thought that this lovely overseer Teresa would reach out to me? For that, I can forgive all the snubs and unfriendliness, and give each of you a heartfelt compliment. This emergency call only lasts a maximum of 30 seconds, so skip the small talk and tell me what's on your mind. Do what she asked. Oh. Such resolve. This isn't like you. What are you plotting this time? Or are you all conspiring in this together? You said not to waste your time, dear Overseer Teresa. If you're so curious about the reason behind all this, well, you know what to do. So, what did your employer say? First off, the woman's not our employer. Second, forget it. Let's head to the payphone, I'll share what I know. That's fine, but I have a bad feeling about this. Whether someone started a sentence with but, it never leads to anything positive. Due to the side effects of the system being forcibly halted, it seems some operations have popped up. To put simply, some pesky shadow monsters will be showing up. Of course, this isn't an issue with my product. As long as the code runs, all errors can be ignored. Since the fault doesn't lie in my product, then the users must be to blame. You'll have to take responsibility and clean up the mess you've made. Good grief. And I thought Vita was shameless. Are you two long-lost sisters or something? Great. Another troublesome woman. Look, she gets guided, by the way. She's so tired she gets guided. Right, we're gonna go hammer. Seems something's off with Correlate too. What's going on? I shouldn't have missed that text box. Oh dear. We'll get rid of that explosive. You know, just before someone else explodes off it. Before that woman's call comes in, let me explain the situation real quick. According to her, after her second account got banned, the Martian deity curtained her permissions even further, forcing her to use a more analog medium to communicate with us. Right now, we have two ways to contact the Hyperion 11. One is the temporary emergency communication Prometheus left us to avoid Vita. We can initiate it, but prolonged use, too many calls will get us noticed. The other is this payphone on the street, in which Vita has implanted numerous backdoors. She'll observe our movements and call the one nearest to Corona when we need her. A perfectly timed call rang out. We really didn't know how to make a dramatic entrance. How else would I get everyone to remember the ever so thoughtful and kind system operator, V the Cosmic Hacker? Her titles keep getting longer and longer, don't they? Alright, each of you has a key item in the Cosmic Hacker in their pockets, a V-coin. Put in the payphone slot, let me raise the curtain on the Fire Moon Walk. You get personal enjoyment out of making things so convoluted. In an instant, Teresa vanished from sight. Whoa! I've seen designs like this in the books and movies. Interesting. By the way, I put the V-coins for your guest in Krona's pocket, so make sure to give them before starting the warp. Your employer's really something. This little trinket's pretty nifty as well, I got it. I hope you feel the same after meeting her. Now it's my turn. Huh? Wait! At that moment, from one end of the street to the other, only these two remained. Clink. As Crowley fished out the prankish coin from her pocket, it comically rolled out of her hand, making for the hack-end joke, very much in vain of the cosmic hacker. The tiny coin zipped towards Helia's seat, rolling a few more times as it awkwardly settled between them. Where are these two little friends? Can you hear me? The silence was broken. The first to respond was Helia, ignoring the coin as she passed by Crowley and headed straight for the payphone. The last person on this row to use the payphone would be left behind. And of course, this minor detail wasn't surprising. Merely a small hiccup. In a few seconds, they would all reunite, regardless of the order in which they occurred. All the tears and arguments they were unable to erase would have plenty of tomorrows of which to mend. There's no need to worry, right? Let's rewind to a moment ago, when time in the system came to a standstill. A dispute sparked between the unexpected argument was escalating between Coralite and Helia. Great. Looks like the medical team's rushed into the arena. Once time starts flowing again, she'll get the care she needs. It's worth coming back to check on things. So let's head back to Teresa. Huh? Coralie, what are you spacing out for? So time can really stop. Thanks to that little thing maintaining the system back in. Didn't Ajita give us trouble before in Lanku? She really has that kind of power, it all makes sense. Yeah, the system. Since we're not residents of this world, we can still move around freely. This kind of supernatural event really makes it feel like we don't belong here. What's wrong? You don't sound like yourself at all. I was just thinking about Einstein's theory. To pull something like this off in our time space, we need to achieve travel at the speed of light or even faster. Right now, it feels like we're cheating in a game, breezing through and looking at endgame screen. With the two of us casually sauntering down the street compared to the breathtaking idea of interstellar travel, it feels a bit off. Hearing you talk about this inconsequential stuff like you always do makes me feel more at ease. At ease? You were pretty worked up just now, that's for sure. That's the first time I've seen anything like that from you. Does your hand still hurt? You noticed? Just seeing Litos strike down an unarmed person. How could the righteous A-rank Valkyrie Helia stand by and let that happen? It's a given that she has to take down every enemy in front of her to uphold peace and harmony. Cry! There are still two S-rank Valkyries watching over us. If you ask me, we should sit back and enjoy watching the veterans show off their unmatched prowess. You can't be possibly stronger than Durandal, surely. Well, Helia is just Helia. The hard-working A-rank Valkyrie, no more, no less. Enough of this. What's wrong? Helia, you're not upset, are you? Sometimes. I really don't know what to say to you. Are you making an unfunny joke, or are you deliberately expressing your contempt for me? Me? Of course I was kidding. Haven't we always... If I ever make a joke you don't like, I hope you tell me right away so I can apologize, but... Haven't you always taken pride in being an A-rank? I said enough! Don't you care about me at all? Stop talking about A-rank like it's nothing. What do you know? You think I just want to be an A-rank? That I enjoy feeling powerless against the atrocities happening right now? That I'm happy being just Helia? But that's who you are. You're Helia. Hardworking, diligent, stubborn. Just like I can only be Carla. You can never be anyone else but yourselves. Never be anyone else. Of course. Everyone can only be themselves. Becoming someone else is something no one could ever achieve. You're still one of a kind, Helia. Even though your Honkai ability is only D, you still made it to A rank, didn't you? It's an incredible thing you've done, achieving great things at such a young age. You don't understand. Helia knew she couldn't say it. Once she put the words these thoughts, there'd be no going back. This was her most important friend. But if you cared about something deeply, whether it was a beautiful object or an image that broke your heart at first glance, something that you'd spend your whole life chasing just to relive that one brief moment. And yet, you, a prodigy standing so high above the rest of us, will never understand the pain of ordinary people without talent. Your words of comfort in the fact are in fact the cruelest form of mockery. Back to the present. Hell yeah, just in time for Christmas. Present. Yeah! This is... The window tells me we're already beyond Lokshing. The rich fragrance, the scent of foreign civilization. Go! Meet Klein! Meet Klein! Everything here is screaming at me. I've finally escaped from that system. From that boring, predetermined universe. You're that little girl with a hood. Why do you look so different? Why not ask the wonderful Vita? Vita? Ah, the famous cosmic hacker. I know, I'd have guessed you'd activate the optimal avatar module. I'm even more impressed with you now. Hello, do you recognize me? I'm Dr. Ajita. You're the current operator of the Dreamseeker system, correct? I've been looking forward to meeting you. You are certainly gregarious. Whoa, didn't expect those words to come from Vita's mouth. Hello, Dr. Ajita. I've been eager to meet you as well. So you're the one who's added that useless feature. If I was you, I'd dedicate those wasted resources to the lower architecture and perhaps throw in some more null pointers. Don't sweat the small stuff. If you poke around enough, you'll eventually hit something. Doesn't have to be perfect, just complete. A complete feature is a working feature, and a working feature is a perfect feature. So, how's my program? Pretty useful, huh? Also, this optimal avatar module isn't just some basic player customization. It's simulated by Luoxing's quantum computer using unimaginable data volume and and power and whatever. It's not important. There's no point in wasting everyone's time on trivial matters. Wow, being ditzy protects you from being manipulated. Oh, Dreamseeker, you're back. Hey, Chrono, welcome back. Where's that girl with the ponytail? I saw her log out the system too. Durandal's different from us. She's logged in using Earth's terminal. So when she logged out, she returned to her entry point. In other words, she's probably still on Earth. So your fire move warp wasn't exactly precise, huh? See? Unexpected results already. You managed to find quite a bit of your bolt for aggro, so probably get cast and you know. Hell yes. I look forward to our first 1v1. Hopefully I've had some training by then. What if I expect this all along? Maybe this was my intention from the very beginning. Oh, so that's how it is. Well, aren't you clever? Glad to see the systems operators and the back-end maintainer are getting along. But now it's time to get down to the brass tacks. I'd like a breakdown of the current situation. Getting along? Yeah. I really like this doctor. Anyway, I already told you everything I know, but don't worry. I'll always be endlessly patient with you. Maybe you could start explaining the payphone and the mid-session logout? I went for a lot of trouble to set up everything just for you. Of course, I could have ignored your personal preferences and kicked you out of the system like I did before, but I'm sure Chrono still remembers the side effects of that approach. Confusion, memory loss, mental fog. If you knew about the side effects, why did you kick me out more than once? Well, you know, things were awfully urgent back then. Little old me wouldn't have done it unless I had to. Anyway, that was originally a command to end the game. But it looks like I ran into the back-end maintainer who can pause time within the system. I used the opportunity to make some upgrades. From now on, you can pause the game and return to reality anytime you want by using a coin-operated payphone. Pretty handy, don't you think? No need to thank me, all in a day's work. Even though I reversed the hacking pathway through the curved space-time, that has a stagnant single record to pull you out mid-rewind. I'm still locked out of the system. That is, unless the designer here decides to show us how good she is at acting in good faith, which she claims to be. Vegeta, aren't you the back-end maintainer? Did Vita really get blacklisted? Yeah, I can see her ID has been added to the system's blacklist. Even if she tries to make a new account, it'll get banned almost instantly. Whoever blocked her has more authority than I do. At this point, my hands are tied. You mustn't get too upset, Cosmic Hacker Vita. Consider it acknowledgement of your talent. Oh, look how far you've fallen, Vita. I can't lift the unique firewall, but I can remove some obstacles from your time reversal journey to make things easier. For example, wait, hold on, what's this time reversal journey you're talking about? Wasn't the mission to reverse time until Loki was saved from the Shadow Calamity in the previous phase? You don't know? Whatever, it's not important. What do you mean? This is incredibly important. Really? Okay then. The purpose of the system is to continue sending Chrono back through actual history, to find the one true path and trace it all the way back to, well, I don't have clearance for what comes next. What? Me? That's right. Whether it's the quantum computer or the entire Dream Seeker system, they're all for naught without you. They exist for you, Dream Seeker. I don't understand. They should all belong to Layla. Currently, yes. Excuse me. What's exactly going on? Cheetah? Come now. You know what I'm doing. I'm decrypting the most critical historic records of the previous 10 Shoes War for you to access. Not that it's all important, really. Oh, really? Then why do you think I'd know? Because I found you failed at the hacking attempts. Using them, I traced your IP, Cosmic Hacker. That's why I've been dying to meet you. I've never seen Vita like this before, is it? It's because they're the same? Oh, I see. I'm gonna grab a pillow for my backside if I'm sitting here on the office chair for a while. I see, it's a subkey in the same encryption. It's not necessarily a bug, see, it's unlocked now. Alright, everyone, the records are open. You can prepare to depart. The key point of the Tenchu War. Are you hoping we'll discover the root of the anomalies through these key events? Your group's too large, and your presence is too strong. It's triggered a chain reaction. The disaster that was originally resolved by someone else in history will now fall on your shoulders. Without that key information, you wouldn't stand a chance. As the back-end maintainer, I may not be able to intervene directly, but I can still offer some assistance. The records of the key events for the Tenshi's War, which have always been encrypted due to their significance, should give you enough data to narrow down the anomalies. If you want to talk about anomalies, I can certainly point to the most abnormal person. The one who's both hosting and participating in the competition. Doesn't even attempt to hide his ulterior motives. And has been making all those cryptic remarks to Bianca. Latost. Bingo! I'm glad the esteemed overseer Teresa is still keeping her cool. Looks like you won't need me for the time being. Huh? Where are you going now? Trouble's all over for you. I was looking forward to getting to know you better. You appreciate my artistic flair, so I'm sure we could be kindred spirits. What? I've never seen Wida wear her heart on her sleeve like this. Seems like she's not great dealing with people like a cheetah. Someone full of schemes, but always toes the line. Who twists the rules in no way that can find a fault in. Yeah, Vida's definitely the type of person who gets under my skin. People like her are terrified of straight shooters. Those of her who use their gut instincts to pull off things that she would instead set meticulously plan and gamble everything to achieve. That's weird. After all that studying you did on the Tenshi's war record, I thought you were a fan of mine, or were you just shy? Was that supposed to be a tasteless joke? It's the first time I've heard you crack one of those. Was it? Just a small, insignificant detail. Honestly, if you're a fan, I'd be worried. I think the relationship between fans and their idols isn't nearly as close as those between two best friends. Don't worry about them. Let the bag eggs contend with each another. Creta, when you're ready to head out, we can head out. It's about time for relief. Perhaps we can think about if there's anything left to do. Just now, Coral and Helia came back in quick succession, but neither of them said a word. I should check on them. Are you alright, Crowley? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. You and Helia. It's nothing. We need a bit more time. Both of us do. Is there anything I can do to help? Keep this a secret. Oh? Helia doesn't want this to affect the mission or others, and neither do I, so I'd appreciate if you kept it to yourself. Alright. If you need anything from me, let me know. Hey, you ready to set off? Yes. When it's optional, I'm a run. So, did you make it to the spot we designated? Yep. We've made it back to the payphone from before. Oh, are we sure the same one from the 33rd Shoes War? This is when having back-end retainer would really come in handy. You should have brought it with you. Come on. Cut me some slack. I just got out of the digital world. I'd like to enjoy the outside a bit and take a real vacation. Ugh. You got some nerve calling it a vacation. You're just a pest who got bored of your own world and had to invade someone else's space. That kind of behaviour has always driven you up me on the wall. Oh, the kettle calling the pot black. Oh, god damn it, Vita. Alright, you two, stop bickering. I've no interest in your personal grudges or secrets. However, if we're about to travel through the history of the Tenshi's War, we need to find a way to track our current timeline and location. Hear that, Achida? You should get back in the system and be that trusty little helper again, handling navigation, marking, reminding. So, what you're telling me is we need an information panel? Piece of cake. I'll set one up for you shortly. After a brief wait. Alright, check out the payphone in front of you. I've upgraded the interface and added all the functions you need. It's just like the payphone you've been using as a backdoor to enter and exit the system. You can now dial in specific points of history. Your current info will be displayed as tags. Any other questions? Why is everyone so quiet? No more questions for now. Thanks. Alright then, hang it up. See you later. So we're in the 32nd now. That always comes to life whenever the war takes place. Everything's fine, on the surface at least. We don't know whether Latos has already attacked the participants in secret. We need to find out what he's after before more people get hurt. Right. Just a reminder, we're only here during the 32nd war to gather information. Since this is a critical junction in history, I don't think we should change its course. Indeed. So we sit back and twiddle our thumbs as those atrocities unfold right before our eyes? Simply because we're not strong enough? That's not what she meant. Actually, that's exactly what I meant. Which brings me to my second warning. Don't get all worked up and try and play the hero. Krona's safety comes first. Fiddling about with things beyond our control only leads to more trouble. I'm talking to Chrono. Great. And I was talking to myself. I get where Hylia's coming from. If the toss made a move right in front of us, I think our first instinct would be to try and stop him, even though he's way stronger than any of us. Having said that, I completely understand Corali's concerns as well. Do you know who would stop the situation and make it all better? Fucking Senadina! Where is Senna? I want Senna back. So what do you think, Chrono? Chrono? Make sure to choose your next words carefully. Me? I think finding the toss should be our top priority. The qualifier's already underway, so we're not going to catch him in registration. By the way, did you set up a dart stall when you were looking into the connection between fear and shadows? That was a brilliant idea. How'd you come up with it? Maybe it'll help us track down him faster. I just did it on a whim, really. Looking back, it was a pretty risky move. Especially since we have no idea how much fear the people in Lenku could handle. If you want more details, you should ask Coraline. Oh? Chrono? Ask Hylia why she decided to go through the plan in the first place. She didn't agree with it in the first place. Chrono, let Coraline know I only agreed because I was worried she might do something even crazier. You do realize you two can hear each other, right? Please don't! Repeat. Is the toast about the claimant of a victim? Let's find out, shall we? Yeah. Oh, we can see where everyone is. Hey, Shen! But I already told you everything, Miss Shen, I swear! Yesterday at noon I saw Mr. Latossa at the abandoned house to the east. I'm not lying to you. Then why did the fortune teller on Amber Street say she saw him in the alley on the west side at the same time? Can he teleport? Or did you take me for a fool? I swear it was Latoss. If you don't believe me, why didn't you ask the fortune teller again? I wanted to, but she's up and vanished. Why would I go through all the trouble of tracking her down anyway? Isn't it more convenient to squeeze the truth out of you? Oh man, she escaped, and now I gotta deal with the fool out? I mean, there's absolutely nothing unpleasant about answering your questions, ma'am. After all that money I paid for information, this is how you talk to me? Would you prefer I changed my method of interrogation? Please, I beg you, don't! Wait, Shensu? Do I know you? Who are you? My name's Chrono, and these two are Hylia and Coraline. We've come here to see the Tenshi War, and while we're at it, I'd like to interview the organizer, Mr. Latoast. You came at the right time. He's as slippery as an eel. This fellow here won't fess up. Want to join me in pumping him for information? I doubt he'll want to mess with the two long-faced friends behind you. No, I'm not lying to you, I swear. Given Lato's abilities, I think the man might actually be telling the truth. Since we're both after the same thing and time's running short, why don't we split up and search both locations? If you don't trust us, we can send someone to go with you. Hey, I'm not that petty. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders. I'll go with your suggestion. Okay, how about we team up and Hylia goes with Coraline? No, I think it's better I go with Chrono. Don't get it twisted. I'm making a judgment call purely to balance the teams. Whatever. Alright, then it's decided. Let's head out. Hey, Four Eyes. How come you made your decision so fast? Aren't you worried I might be the bad guy? Well, first off, bad guys don't refer to themselves as such, Shen. Call me whatever you want around. Alright. Anyway, the time here's limited. You, the one with the tail. Let's get a move on. The name's Coralie. Alright, off we go, Coralie with a tail. It's Coralie, and I keep saying Coralie. I do apologize. Oh, so this is how we're doing perspective. Oh! I thought you'd prefer to explain plainly. That I do, but I can also read the air. You've been scowling since we met, which tells me you're in a bad mood. That drooping tail of yours all but confirms it. So, are you wary of me? Or are you on the outs with someone? Did it all wrong. My tail's only decorative, not a sign of anything. And I'm not fighting with anyone at the moment. So you're wary of me then? That's alright. My sister always told me to watch my back whenever I was out and about. It isn't necessary for me to be wary of you. I am curious, however. Why are you in such a hurry to find the toast? Is it some personal vendetta? I wouldn't quite put it that way. I'm simply trying to find out what happened to my sister. No one's heard from her since she participated in the last Ten Shoes War. Some say she died in the arena, while others claim she made it. However, there can only be guesses as to her whereabouts. This is a living, a breathing person we're talking about here. I need to hear what the organizer of this Ten Shoes War has to say about it. Your sister also participated in the war? Yeah. She's nothing like me. The goober always meddles in other people's business. Only someone like her would be reckless enough to play such a dangerous game. Oh. Something's going on up ahead. Let's check it out! So if I click this now, we should see two. No, okay. Hey, what do you think you're doing? We're playing knights, if you must know. What do you want, you little squirt? What'd you call me? I was gonna settle this peacefully, but it seems that's no longer an option. Get ready to face the almighty Dark Lord Corley. You know, I've heard rumors about more shadow monsters lurking around these parts. They thrive on little lies and bullies like you. Really? Look over there, they're coming for you. That help! Hold on, they're actually here. Three. Boom. Wow, that was amazing. What is this moth? Well done, Coralie. Easy peasy. Now let's get these kids home first. It's not safe here with shadow monsters lurking about. After that, maybe we can go and search for clues about the toast. Sure. I'm still worried about my sister, but she's already told me to never leave things half finished. I'm telling you, you and your sister are really similar. Not at all. By the way, the kid just told me she got into her own little spat with her family and ran off on her own. Since she doesn't live far from here, let's take her back. Thank you. Don't worry. I'm here for you. Once you open your heart, the road home will never be long. It's alright now, you can go home. Your family's waiting for you. Don't go running off anymore just because you had a disagreement. They'll be worried about you. I want to be like you when I grow up. I'm going to be strong so I don't have to be afraid of them or anyone ever again. Okay. Next time we meet, I'll see you outdo us. You bet. I have complete faith in you. Corey, are you realizing something? Does this remind you of the time you and your sister were together? When I was her age, I used to follow my sister everywhere. But the two of us drifted apart as we grew up, and we get into quarrels all the time. This girl ran away after a fight with her parents. Are you sure it's okay to let her head back on her own, could she? I don't see why you're so worried. Huh? Look. Where'd you run off to? I was worried sick about you. Never mind. Come in and wash your hands. We're about to have dinner. I'm sorry, sis. Sis, I'm sorry. Oof. Don't worry. We might hear news about your sister once we find the toast. I dropped out of school for some reasons. My sister went by herself to stand up for me, but I already made up my mind never to return. She registered the 10 Shoes War to prove that if she, having no experience whatsoever, could achieve a decent rank, then I should find the courage to continue my studies too. But you didn't want her to participate. No.
I didn't. We had a huge fight, and I told her to leave and never come back. She'd always abided by my wishes, and that time was no exception, even though I only blurted it out of her heat in the moment. It's been so long, she hasn't sent me any message. Has she not forgiven me, or... Stop such silly thoughts. Maybe it's impossible to send a message to learn from where she is in. Maybe she's looking for you. I'm looking for an opportunity to speak with you. You seem pretty experienced when it comes to this stuff. I always prefer to settle things head on. Fighting or running away isn't my style. I see. Whatever. It happened so long ago I nearly forgot about it. Coralie shrugged, pretending not to care. But her ears drooped as memories from her past began to resurface. Why don't you agree? Toto was lying on its favourite cushion, as adorable as ever, but now, it was as if each breath took a momentous effort. Coralie. It's still breathing, barely, yes, but we still have a chance to save it. All we have to do is use the divine key, the abyss flower, and it'll stay with us. Every life has an end. Toto's days in the world were drawing to a close. But it's not enough. If life is way too short compared to that of humans, we won't lose it if we use the abyss flower. That's the only way. Coralie. Toto is simply heading to a place where we must all go. Just a little earlier, that's all. One day, you'll eventually head to that place as well. It'll be there welcoming you with its tail wagging just like before. She knew better than I did. There was no such place. So, how could she comfort me with her same tired platitudes? This is our last chance. Coralie, the only thing we can do is give Toto a decent farewell. It was staring at me without blinking. Was it apologizing for not being able to fetch my paper plane? Or thinking about the time we got all dirty playing by the sea and had to stand in a row as punishment? Usually, there's no problem I can't solve, but I found that look of utterly inscrutable until it slowly shut its eyes, right in front of me. Let's find out a quiet spot in the yard, or somewhere in the shade under that tree. You'll enjoy the view there. Why? There was a way we could have saved Toto, yet you stood by and watched it leave us. And now it's gone. The only thing you can think about is where to bury it. Toto was your friend too, you know. Didn't you love it? Coralie, I love Toto as much as you. Its passing saddens me too. But you must understand that death is something every one of us must face. Life has a final destination. And that is precisely what makes it unique and precious. No, you're immortal, Professor. Life means nothing to you, and neither does death. Why is it the Abyss Fire has granted you eternal life, while I have to watch my cherished friends pass away? Do you know how heartbreaking that is? I know. Silly question, Coralie. Immortal. This is why I would never wish to be immortal. You watch everyone in your life go with you. No, you can't possibly. You're immortal. Whereas I only have decades to live. Just like how Toto could only be with us a short few years. I won't be by your side forever. Indeed. So if it was me lying on my deathbed, you wouldn't save me either? Coralie, sometimes there are things that the pretenses take precedence over our feelings. And we must make difficult decisions, even if they seem cruel. Certainly it seemed difficult for you to make that decision. Bang. And what happened after that? Did you two make peace? I'm not telling you. Hey, what the heck? You hook me and then leave me hanging? Burying the hatchet with family members doesn't have to be a whole ritual. All it takes is dinner or a movie, and things will be back to normal. You don't need to say or do anything special. Yeah. That's how my sister and I would patch things up. But our fight right before she left was worse than anything we'd had before. Why wouldn't she just listen to me? She did. You told her to go. She did. People each have their unique experiences and personalities. so they operate differently. All these factors shape their opinions, which can lead to misunderstanding. It's natural for family members who are obliged to live in the same space due to them being related to have arguments from time to time. But there's sort of something that will never change because of the understanding built through the shared life together. Oh? What is it? I think you already know the answer. Think about it. Even after having hundreds of arguments with her, you're still worried about your sister. Of course, I want her to be okay. And I know she wants the same thing for me. In contrast, those ridiculous arguments we had are already a thing of the past. Exactly. That's the spot the comedian mentioned. Hopefully he's more reliable than the fortune teller on Amber Street, so we can find the toss sooner rather than later. Okay. So how did you make peace with your professor? You ask an awful lot of questions. That makes you a perfect researcher. You should definitely return to your studies. Ugh. You're as tough as my sister. Oh, you're back. Dinner's in the microwave, and I found a movie I think you'd like. Come and join me once your food's ready. Anything interesting happened in the training field today? I thought you'd never ask. I looked at the photo of me with Toto when I was a child. I've grown so much since then. You know, I ask you that question every day. I met this lady who was a bit of an eccentric, but in a good way. Anyway, what are we watching tonight? Oh, my heart. Oh, my absolute heart. Whoops. Sorry! Just go crashing into a crowd of people. Sorry, guys. That was an accident. Don't jump to conclusions. At least search the area first. What is this moth? A stone, shrouded in a despairing shadow. Its surface neatly etched with markings bold and imposing. One could have easily envisioned the precision and determination that guided the hand of the carver. Beware a vicious dog. That's what Littlest ended up carving. He certainly put considerable effort into that warning. Let's head inside and see what's waiting for us. Bang! Woof woof. What are you doing? I'm trying to open the door, but this shabby looking door is surprisingly sturdy. Listen, there's actually a vicious dog inside. A certain someone who always stops me whenever I try and solve with my hammer anyway. With the toss missing, it's probably best not to alert his dog. Do you have a key? Do you hear that? The dog's taunting us. Is there a faster way to get inside than kicking the door now? What about your hammer? It'd be faster if you smash the door to smithereens. Hold your horses. There's no need to announce our presence. Let's try a slightly less rash approach. Never thought there'd come a day when I'd be preaching caution like Helia. Oh, we have a puzzle. Wait, we just got these puzzles in, yeah, the Star Rail event as well. Huh? Why'd it get so quiet? The dog was barking its head off a moment ago. It was Duo. A dog trying to play dead. Some vicious dog. The Doss show knows how to tell a joke. Hey, why aren't you barking? Woof woof. There's nothing here and the Toss isn't around. How about we take the dog with us? It might lead us to him. And we can confront him about what happened to my sister. We'll keep that in mind as a fallback plan. For now, we should search the room first. For instance, this drawer handle doesn't look nearly as dusty as the rest of the room. Let me see. All there is inside is an ordinary looking letter, but it's full of names? Judging by the numbers, this might be the participants of the Tenchi's war, but why are some of the names crossed out in red ink? Is Latos knocking them off one by one? Do you recognize anyone from this list? Shen? The name that's been crossed off. It's my sister. Shit, we're too late. Right, let's swap perspectives.
I'm guessing we're going to be stuck in 2 different timelines, which is why they're doing this. We've been walking for ages, and there's still no one to talk to. We've got to find Latos before he does something again. If only Cambrian could help scan the area. Never mind, I can manage on my own. Helia? Did you notice something, Krona? Want to talk about it? Okay. You saw right through me, didn't you? Trying to suppress your emotions by focusing on a mission can be counterproductive. I'm sorry. I know our current team dynamic isn't helping the mission, and I can only imagine how difficult it must be for you to be caught in the middle of us as a mutual friend. It's not a big deal. Arguments between friends actually help strengthen the friendship. Plus, it's not the first time you two have been through this. But this time feels different. In the past, arguments were usually because I was worried about Carly's wild ideas might cause problems, or because she was frustrated with me for always sticking to the rules instead of knowing when to bend them. We've thought about all kinds of things, big and small. But this time, I'm more upset with myself than with Coral. Especially with the version of myself she described. Talentless and unhelpful. Helia. Is there really any way to respond to a harsh truth without sugarcoating it? Other than getting angry and emotional, I mean? But you know that's not the truth. It was just something said in the heat of the moment. It's alright, Krona. I've always known that I don't have any talent. It's not a big deal. It's really not. It's not a big deal. The weak tell it to themselves as a lie, while the strong say it to be humble. It's not a big deal. As far as A-rank Valkyrie Bianca is concerned, now that her journey has brought her here, she must do her best to protect everyone in the bubble universe. I shall remember the determination in her eyes Durandal Summer, who was only 12 at the time, stated this was the life of Valkyries. Oh my god, that Rita! Oh, when can we have that Rita cosmetic as an outfit, please? They're warriors, who might lose their lives at any moment on the battlefield. They carry the weight of everyone's fate on their shoulders. Wow. So, whether it's Durandal Sama, or the others, all Valkyries embody the idea of fighting for all that is beautiful in the world. And they do that through their actions on the field. I'm also eager to hear your thoughts on that motto, Helia. What with you being a new arrival at the prep school? Also, can we get this outfit as well for Helia? I could feel the eyes of everyone in the class fixed on me. What was it they were thinking? About how I'd only scraped by with a D after a year of hard work? Or perhaps they felt I was trying to steal the limelight in the class again? Whatever your answer might be, I'd love to know it. I think we should train harder and overcome any obstacle we encounter. Only in doing that can we mature into powerful warriors and protect what's beautiful in the world, like Durandal. I mean, just like her, not like her. Helia and Durandal Summer have given the same answer. I'm sure you'll become a remarkable warrior. She'll never become a warrior like Durandal. I could hear my classmates whispering. Maybe they didn't pay any attention to what I said. After all, I was no different from a speck of dust in that classroom. Thank you, Miss Rita. It seems others question your mind. Don't be nervous. I prefer honest students who aren't afraid to speak their minds. Then, I'd like to know how Durandal managed to inverse a bubble universe that was about to burst into her own body. Did she really use herself as the anchor to connect the bubble universe to the proper world? That she did. That was the last resort, and Durandal was only able to succeed because of her unique gifts. Risky and headstrong endeavors like this are truly worrisome. Durandal's always making miracles happen. It was indeed a miraculous achievement. However, with the advancement of technology, miracles which rely on individual talent and personal sacrifice should become less. With machines around, even those without much strength can lift objects, thousands of times heavier than themselves. And those who are strong no longer face the same high risks from carrying heavy loads. The progress we aim for is to give everyone an equal chance to reach their dreams. But advancements like this don't actually make the weak strong, do they? So tell me, Helia, what do you think? No. I see. It's alright. Concepts like this often don't click when a teacher is just explaining them in class. You'll come to understand these ideas through experiences and make sense of them on your own. It'll be a long journey, but of course, I believe in you. Oh, and since exams are finally over, I think a celebration's in order. Would you like to join me for an afternoon tea for after today's session? I got plenty of snacks ready. You should come as well, Helia. Didn't we agree last time? Thank you, Miss Rita, but I still have training to do. Very well. But remember our promise. I'm looking forward to having tea with you. Just the two of us. The bell rang, and the students rushed out of the classroom with a cheer. Miss Rita kept looking at me with a smile, so I felt obliged to return it and assure her that everything was fine. Before I knew it, I was the only one left in the empty classroom. I folded my transcript a few times and tucked into the innermost pocket of my school bag, feeling totally unmotivated to train. After all, what was the point? Never mind. I'll just set an alarm for 15 minutes first. With that fade, I think this is where we need to call it on the first recording of the session. So those over on the YouTube channel, thank you so much for joining today. And I'll be seeing you next week as we go into the past. Even further into the past, may I add. And see what's up with Helia. For those on the stream, stick around. Part 2's coming up. For now, on the YouTube, I'm logging off.